I would like all of you to think about something simple. What have in common Toy Story, the animated movie, and your cell phone's Gorilla Glass? The answer is pretty simple. Both things were possible thanks to a single man. The man that we're going to remember today in this room. His name was Abdul Latif Jandali. Abdul was the son of Joanne Schreibel and Abdul Fattah Jandali. They needed to put their son into adoption because Joanne's parents found unacceptable that her Catholic daughter was dating a Muslim man. This situation led Abdul to Paul and Clara, who later named her son Steve Jobs. Steve grew up being a restless child, helping his father building furniture for his business and repairing cars as a hobby. When he finished high school, he went to Reed College, but he soon found out that he actually was not taking the classes that he loved. So he dropped out of college and started taking the classes that he actually liked. One of those classes was the calligraphy class that gave him the skills to create most of the fonts that every computer on Earth has today. During that time, his best friend was working on what we know today as the first personal computer that was ever made. This was the beginning of a completely new era for technology. This was the first time that personalized computers were successfully produced in mass. Thanks to Apple computers that was created by Steve Jobs in 1976. We all know what happened 9 years later. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. However, for good of all of us, he found the strength that he needed to continue his life as a technology magnate and continue changing the world. He co-founded Next Computers, a computer platform for business and higher education, and he bought Pixar, that later became the first company that created fully computer animated film, like Toy Story. In 1997, Apple bought Next, and Steve Jobs became again the CEO after 12 years of being out. The same year, Apple launched the campaign Think Different, which launched with one of the best commercials that I ever saw in my life. From 1997 to 2011, he created uncountable things. The notebook, the iPod, the iPod, and the iPhone were just the results of his amazing ideas. Although cancer killed him in 2011, we are still using a lot of things that he created, and we are probably going to use it for a long time. Steve taught us two of the most important things in life. No matter what, always continue moving forward. And you can always do what you love and changing the world at the same time. I would like to finish this speech by saying the words of that 1997 commercial. Words that describe his life perfectly. And here it goes. Here is for the crazy ones, for the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round specs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They are not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. But the only thing you can do is ignore them, because they change things and they push the human race forward. And while some people may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Thank you very much.